Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Vic Martino Show. Hey, this is the Vic Martino Show, and I'm Vic Martino. And this is, it's a talk show because I'm going to talk. See, we were about to do the Vic Martino's Got Talent variety show. But this cheap camera doesn't record good sound when you're singing. The audio's not that great for the singing. And Vic Martino's Got Talent is mostly a variety show. It's going to be a musical comedy. So until we get that ready for production, we're going to do the Vic Martino talk show. Because with this cheap camera, all you can do is talk. You can't sing. The music doesn't come out good. So I'm going to talk. So these are going to be, it's not really show recordings, 5-minute recordings. Because that's all this camera can record at a time. And we're going to do some, 5-minute recording segments of me just talking about things. So let's call it the Vic Martino Talk Show. Anyway, all right. For this first show, the opening show, I'm going to talk about acting technique because I did some acting. I appeared on The Sopranos, Law and Order, Curb Your Enthusiasm, quite a few TV shows throughout the years, television shows. And I did movies. I was in movies. I actually starred in some low-budget, independent movies, films, that I don't know where the hell they wound up, wherever they got released. Straight to DVD or straight to the garbage heap. I have no idea. But anyway, some people ask me about acting technique. There's a lot of actors who belabor over parts. They really got to get into it. Method acting, there's Strasberg, Meisner. I guess I lean more towards Meisner. But I call my acting technique the Fawcett School of Acting. Now, what I mean by that is you should be able to turn it on and off. If you got to belabor over a point and you need to do so many takes of the same scene, to me, not that you're not a good actor, but it's not coming natural. All right? To me, it comes natural. For instance, if a director says to me, I want you in this scene, to be angry. What do you mean? Who are you talking to? Who do you think you're talking to? I'll teach you. See, that's angry. See, you see what I mean? If he says, I want you to be afraid. Oh, no, please don't. No, stay away. Leave me alone. You see what I mean? How about he says he wants you to be sad? Oh, no, I can't believe that happened. You see? Or how about happy? There you go. That's my acting technique. So for you struggling actors out there, my advice is like the late, great Spencer Tracy said about acting. Know your lines and don't bump into the furniture. It's not a big deal. Acting's not hard work. It should come easy to you. If it's hard work, get in another line of business. You're not in it to make money. You're in it to be creative, and it shouldn't be that difficult. It's like construction work should be difficult, not acting. Acting is easy if you're a natural actor like yours truly. Anyway, that was our first segment, or very first Vic Martino show. Stay tuned here on YouTube for more. Until next time, be well. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Vic Martino Show. Hey, I'm Vic Martino, and this is the Vic Martino Show, talk show, because I'm going to talk. This is our second show. The first one ran about 4 minutes, one of the shortest shows you'll ever see. These are actually segments, recorded segments. We're calling it the Vic Martino Show, but, it's not really a show. A show that's not a show. The first show I talked about acting technique. If you missed it, look for it here on YouTube. This one I'm going to talk about a subject that, performers didn't really like to get into, politics, because we don't like to offend any members of our audience. But they don't seem to care anymore who they offend, especially one particular side. You got these late night talk shows, all they do is pontificate, they attack this one certain politician that's really, whether you like them or not, it's not fair. They don't attack the other side. They're very biased, and they're not funny. You know, the late great Johnny Carson, who did the Tonight Show for 35 years, he once had a guest, a comedian, who said something political to offend, you know, a certain segment of the citizenry. And during the commercial break, Johnny Carson leaned over to him and said, "You just lost half your audience." And now they don't care. They just want people that think like them, you know, and they don't care about their audience. I don't like to offend anyone in the audience. To me, politics today is very problematic. It's too extreme. Both sides, whether they, you know, label themselves left or right, there's extremists on both sides. Both no good, both problematic, both causing a lot of problems, particularly this one side right now in this country. And, you know, it's not good. You know, you got to have a two-party system. Me, I'm an independent. You know, I could go Democrat or Republican, whoever I feel is the better person for the job. I don't go along the party lines. I'm not indoctrinated. You know, I'm my own man. I'm an independent. And whoever I think is better for the country is who I would vote for. Actually, I don't even vote. I don't believe in either party. But, you know, it's the lesser of two evils. But, you know, today it's just, you know, when I was growing up, you had formats where you got both sides, you know, and they were civil to each other, civilized. Now they attack each other and they call names. I hope it gets better before it gets worse, because we're not headed in the right direction. Anyway, this show is supposed to be, you know, light, entertainment, but the subject for this one was politics. That's it. I'll stay away from that in the future because it's not a fun subject, not pleasant. So the next Vic Martino show, let's see, we talked about acting technique. This was politics. Maybe we'll talk about religion. That's a fun subject to get into. So until the next time, this is Vic Martino saying, be well. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Vic Martino Show. See, that's not me, that's the announcer. Anyway, this is the Vic Martino Show, talk show. I'm Vic Martino. We call it show for want of a better label. You know, it's not really a show, it's just recorded segments. But anyway, the last two shows, the first one I talked about acting technique, and the second one was politics. This one's going to be about religion. Now, I don't want to upset people. I know people get upset. Politics and religion is touchy subjects. I'm going to try to be light about it. Me, religious, I want to believe there's something more than this. You know, if there's a God, I don't know. I don't know. I hope there is. I really hope there's a heaven, because I'd love to see my beloved ones, you know, my loved ones again. I hope they're all there in heaven and we're going to be together again when my time comes. So, but I don't know. You know, I guess I'm an atheist, right? An agnostic. An atheist doesn't believe at all. I want to believe. I'm not sure, but I do believe if there is a God. Okay, now hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying there's not. I'm not saying there is. I'm just saying if there is, I believe he has nothing to do with this world. Okay, a lot of people say, oh, he does this, he does that. Oh, God's will. God did this. God made a miracle. No. He doesn't do anything on this earth. He's not of this earth. The way we're not of heaven, he's not of here. Because then if you say he's doing miracles, what miracles? If you're going to blame him for doing all the good in the world, what about the bad things in the world? There's a lot of bad happening. Then is he responsible for the bad things happening? No, I don't think he's responsible for anything. You know, I knew this one woman said, oh, yeah, God, yeah, I believe he makes miracles. Oh, and then at the same sentence, she was saying how she's been in pain all her life, dealing with pain. I want to say, well, if God makes miracles, how come he's not curing your pain? You know, he's not a doctor. He doesn't cure cancer or whatever. If things happen, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, no matter how hard you pray. I mean, it makes you feel better. Yeah, go ahead. I pray every night, believe it or not, just in case. You know, and I talk to my loved ones. But I really believe that, you know, God, the way we don't have anything to do with heaven, heaven has nothing to do with earth, you know. And you won't see God or heaven until the day comes when you join the afterlife. This life, we're on our own. That's just my opinion, all right? For better or worse, take it or leave it, but that's what I believe. And we're all entitled to our own beliefs. And until next time, this is Vic Martino saying, keep believing in what you believe in. Now it's time for the Vic Martino Show. Hey, this is the Vic Martino quote show. I'm Vic Martino. No, who else would I be? Not Funicello? Of course I'm Vic Martino. And this is our fourth segment. Let's see. The first show we talked about acting technique, and then it was politics, then it was religion, and now it's going to be about the Batman. Because, we went from religion to Batman, from God to Batman. Because to a lot of people, Batman is God. Batman is a religion, and I'm a big Batman fan ever since I was a kid. Then, of course, I outgrew it, but recently, I've been more of a Batman fan than ever because of these graphic novels and a lot of these animated movies they make on DVD. They're excellent, really good stories, really good. The artists, the writers, they're brilliant. And this is my Batman action figure. And I want to talk about there's too many Batman books to talk about. They're ongoing. They created Batman in 1939. Here it is, 2024. So, you know how many Batman comic books and graphic novels, stories there are? It's incredible. You got Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck. Anyway, I just want to show you some really cool Batman books here. Cameraman, get over there. Make sure we're getting this in a good position there. Lucas?
It's perfect.
Yeah, okay. That's Lucas, the cameraman. Say hi, Lucas.
What's up?
No, say hi, Lucas.
Hi.
What about hi, Lucas?
Hi, Lucas.
Okay. Here's some really good Batman books. And, look at this cover, right? Oh, look at this one. Oh, man, I'm telling you. Oh. Yeah, there's some really great Batman books. I mean, I got some really good hardcover books. These are really, really cool. This is Batman, the Ultimate Guide. This is a really good one. Good story. Batman, One Dark Night. They call Batman the Dark Knight. And here's, Batman Masterpieces. Oh, you got to get these books, I'm telling you. And this is all about the Batman merchandising stuff. They merchandise Batman paraphernalia, not just books, but dolls, toys, dolls, action figures, whatever. Here's, man, I'm telling you, these are really cool. And, what was this? Batman, like I said, was created in 1939, and here we are, 2024, and Batman's better than ever with the movies, starting with the one in 1989, where they interpreted Batman as a dark, intense character, more realistic than the 60s, 66, 67 television show, which was great, but that was its own entity. That was the Adam West Batman. Now it's really the Batman, what Batman's supposed to be. And a large thanks goes out to executive producer Michael Uslan. Michael Uslan, who is the man responsible for bringing the Dark Knight version of Batman to the movie screens. So we should all you Batman fans should all be familiar with the name Michael Uslan. We owe him a great debt for bringing us the Batman that we all always wanted. Even as kids, we wanted to take our Batman serious. He was nobody to mess around with. He was a guy whose parents were murdered as a child. He witnessed his parents being murdered, and he became, Batman to avenge the death of his parents and to protect the lives of the innocent. So, that's not a subject to fool around with. Serious stuff there. See you next time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Vic Martino Show. Thank you, announcer. I'm Vic Martino, and this is the Vic Martino Talk Show, because I'm Vic Martino, and I talk. In the last segment, the last show, we talked about the Batman, popularity of the Batman, since created in 1939 by, now, here's what I'm going to talk about. This is part 2 of me talking about the Batman. Because, Batman has always been credited, the creator of Batman has always been the Batman created by Bob Kane. Now, Bob Kane did come up with the name. Basically, he came up with the character, the Batman. But if you ever see, I should have checked in one of the books, I'm sure the picture's there. But anyway, most of you Batman fans know the original. Bob Kane's idea for what Batman was supposed to look like was awful. All right? He had a blonde-haired guy with like a Robin mask, a red shirt, and bat wings. If Batman would have looked like that, he would have never been as popular as he is. Okay? We wouldn't even be talking about him today. That's a fact. The look had a lot to do with the success. The artist, creator Bill Finger is the one who came up with the look that we know and love to this day. He is really the creator of the Batman, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, both of them should have gotten credit. Bob Kane, because he came up with the initial concept and the name. Hi, Lupita. No, I'm not talking about Catwoman. I'm talking about Batman. That's my cat, Lupita. Anyway, give me Lucas. Give me Lupita. I want to get Lupita on camera now that I've talked about her.
Come on, baby.
But anyway, Bob Kane has been getting the credit for creating Batman for all these years until recently. Oh, here's Lupita. Well, don't be camera shy, Lupita. See? Oh, there's Lupita. Say hi, Lupita.
Wow.
All right, see? There's Lupita. Okay, Lupita, now you can go about trying to catch mice. Actually, she caught all the mice we had. We don't have any more mice here. Now she's after the flies. And I keep telling her, Lupita, and the birds outside. So you can't catch flies or birds. She does catch flies, but the birds are outside. You can't catch them, and they fly. So, but anyway, let me get back to the Batman. So yeah, so for all those years, all these many years, Bob Kane got the sole credit, and Bill Finger went uncredited. But those of us in the know. We knew about Bill Finger. And it wasn't until this documentary, I forget the guy's name. He's a real hero, a real life Batman. He made this documentary called Batman and Bill about Bill Finger, and that's what brought attention to the injustice that was being done to Bill Finger. And he finally now gets credit. Now it says Batman created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. And it started with the Batman versus Superman movie. But that's how many years it took. All because of that greedy bastard Bob Kane. Should be ashamed of himself for not sharing the credit, the greedy bastard. I mean, there was enough credit to go around, and he was making enough money. He would have, share. I hate when people become so friggin' greedy, man. I mean, he should have done the right thing and credited Bill Finger as well. But anyway, at least now justice is being done. And whenever you see a Batman movie or read a Batman book, now that's now created. It says Batman created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger, as it always should have. So here's to Bill Finger. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Vic Martino Show. The Vic Martino Talk Show, because I'm Vic Martino, and I talk. Oh, I'll be right there. Wait for me. Doing a show. Keep the meter running. Anyway, uh, the last last video, I talked about how the creator of Batman, Bob Kane, how greedy he was, wouldn't share the credit with a guy who really deserved. Arguably, he was really the creator, Bill Finger, who helped create the Batman. After so many years now, he's finally getting the credit he deserves. Which brings me to the subject of greed. Greedy people. You know, I actually know people who have money, who have money to spare, and they're the cheapest bastards you'd ever want to meet. I never understood greed. I never understood the love of money. To me, money is really a necessary evil. And all the people that owe me money proves my point that I'm not, money hungry. But there are people who have money and just, they're such stingy bastards. They're so cheap. I mean, I have a couple of friends of mine that I hardly associate with anymore because of that. You know, not that I want any of their money, but the fact that they're not charitable, they're not generous. I mean, I give to charities. I don't want to brag, but not as much as I'd like, because I wound up going broke. But there's a good handful, well, actually 10 or more charities that every now and then I give money to, especially around the holidays during Christmas and New Year's. I have some favorite charities that I try to help out, cancer, diabetes, starving children, animals, taking care of animals. And I know a couple of friends come to mind that have, they were like trust fund babies. They got money from their parents. One guy from his mommy, three guys actually. Well, yeah, I mean, I know three guys who, fairly well off for the rest of their lives. And they're so friggin' frugal, to say the least. One guy is ridiculously cheap. It's like if you're familiar with Jack Benny, great comedian from the 20th century. And he played a character that was very stingy and got a lot of laughs out of that. Well, I have a friend who's just like that in real life, to that extreme. I could never understand how people could be so, have money that they could live the rest of their life. And I'm not saying they should just spend it frivolously or spend it foolishly, but at least spend it, enjoy it, be generous, spread it around. I mean, they act like, like they're going to take it with them. Hey, I'll be right there. I said, wait, I'm trying to do a show here and you're beeping your horn? Anyway, it's like, you're not going to take it with you. Enjoy it, spend it, spread it around, be generous. You can't take it with you. I don't understand. But I guess that's how they're raised. Anyone who's stingy was raised by stingy parents. Their parents were stingy, they're stingy. It's like, a disease. It's like cancer. It just spreads. And the extreme of that is greed. And when you're greedy, you're no damn good. I believe that if there is a heaven, you're going to have to do some penance. If you had money and you weren't generous, that's a sin. You're going to have to make up for that somehow. Anyway, this wasn't a pleasant subject to talk about, but every now and then we're going to get into something serious. And, I got a car waiting for me. I got to go somewhere. Where, I don't know. But until the next Vic Martino talk show, keep talking, but don't say anything that'll get you in trouble. And now it's time once again for the Vic Martino Show. Yes, it is time once again for the Vic Martino Show, talk show. And I'm Vic Martino, and I'm going to talk. For this segment of this show, quote show, I want to talk about some of the great entertainers of the 20th century. They were really all-encompassing. They did it all. Singers, comedians, they really entertained us. They were really entertainers. For instance, here, like Dee Martin, Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr. Of course, those the Rat Pack. Sinatra really didn't like the name the Rat Pack. He preferred the Summit. Frank Sinatra, Dee Martin, Sammy Davis Jr. And, Elvis Presley, Oh man, there were so many great ones at that time. Some great actors here like Humphrey Bogart on this coffee cup, John Wayne on this whiskey bottle. Oh man, there's so many great entertainers of the 20th century in particular. Now here in the 21st century, in my opinion, we still have great entertainers. Don't get me wrong, we still have really good entertainers, but not like we did. They were so. I mean, you watched them and you were in awe, of some of their talents. Take the late great Bobby Darin, guy was so versatile. There were so many like that at the time. Too many to name. And I wish we would have more like that. I used to perform. They were my role models, and I did a lot of live performances back in the day in Atlantic City, Las Vegas, Laughlin, Nevada, all the Indian reservation casinos. And, in those days, like here in this picture, you see this is me in a tuxedo, like the late great D. Martin here. Well, I wasn't trying to be like D. Martin, but in those days, Atlantic City, Las Vegas, if you were a singer, a comedian, whatever, an entertainer, you wore a tuxedo. You would dress nice. They don't even dress nice anymore. And unfortunately, back when I was performing, we didn't have access to like cell phone cameras and stuff like that. So a lot of my performances weren't recorded like they would be today. You have somebody just in the audience with a cell phone that could be recording you. Back then you had to have a camera set up, and it was too clumsy. You got in the way, and I didn't want to have to worry about a camera being knocked over or whatever. So most of my performances haven't been recorded like I said, like they would be today, because we have the technology. We have access to all these great cell phone cameras, and back then you didn't have that. So unfortunately, a lot of those performances of mine are just in my memory, and I don't have them preserved. I have a few of them posted here on YouTube, but most of those from back in the day are gone with the wind. But I carry the fond memories, and those days are gone now. It's not the same. I mean, I still perform occasionally. Most of the videos now of me singing are from karaoke, but those performances of mine are, like I said, they're etched in memory. Very fond memories they make indeed. And, here's to the future. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Vic Martino Show. Hey, we have a new announcer. Hey, this is the Vic Martino Show. I'm Vic Martino, drinking out of my Laurel and Hardy coffee cup. Very appropriately, because I'm going to talk about Laurel and Hardy, not just Laurel and Hardy. The last video, I talked about some of the great entertainers of the 20th century. Yours truly was included. And now I want to talk about some of my favorite comedians, comedy teams, since I was a kid. I've loved these guys, and it's good to know that they're still making books about them. They're still within a certain, I guess, people that grew up with them still love them. The younger generation, not so much. They don't even know who they are anymore. But I want to talk about 3 new books that were written recently, very new. And this is the newest one of them. It's called Promotional Pandemonium. And it's about Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. And all 3 of these books that I'm going to talk about, written by the same author, Richard Green, who put these books together. Excellent. Really good stuff in these books. If you're a Laurel and Hardy fan, this has got so many really priceless photographs. And this is, like I said, this was the one about Laurel and Hardy called Promotional Pandemonium. The first book, this was the newest one this author Richard Green put out. First one here was, this was the very first one. It was called Marketing Mayhem. And it's the comedy team of D. Martin and Jerry Lewis. And like I said, excellent photographs, priceless photographs. Really, really nice, really nice. And worth getting. You get them on Amazon. And the newest one is called, oh no, the newest one was the Laurel and Hardy one. The one before that, the Martin and Lewis one, Marketing Mayhem, was first, followed by Advertising Anarchy. And it's about Bud Abbott and Lou Costello. And it's like the thickest book, I mean, of the three. Really, really nice. Really nice. Right? And you can, like I said, you can get all three on Amazon. Now, the order of the comedians. First, you had Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy, were very popular in the 20s and 30s. Then Bud Abbott and Lou Costello in the 40s and 50s. And then Martin and Lewis was the last great comedy team. They were in they came out in the 50s. And for 10 years, they were together. Abbott and Costello for about 20. And Laurel and Hardy even longer. So anyway, these are the three most popular two-man comedy teams ever. And it's good to see that they're still, like I said, this author, Richard Green, just came out with these three books, and they're still making books about them. And hopefully, you know, they will for years to come. I don't know for how much longer. I guess when the last of the baby boomers are gone, I think they might be forgotten about. Hopefully not. But their body of work will always speak for itself. They left a great legacy of laughter behind them. Anyway, that was my mentioning, and like I said, try to get all three books: Promotional Pandemonium, Advertising Anarchy, Marketing Mayhem. You can get all three on Amazon. Enjoy. Oh. Now it's time for the Vic Martino Show. Hey! This is the Vic Martino Talk Show, because I'm Vic Martino and I talk. And we've already done about, I don't know, a handful, more than a handful, of 5-minute recordings here that we posted of me talking about various subjects. And this will probably be the last one until we get the get all set up to what we were supposed to do. Was the Vic Martino's Got Talent, which was going to be a variety show, and unfortunately, the camera we have doesn't record good audio for music, you know, for singing. So we said, well, we might as well make use of the camera for now. So we did these little segments, what we're titling the Vic Martino Talk Show. It's not really a show. It's a show that's not a show. Just 5-minute recordings. Also, this camera only records 5-minute segments. There is a way to do like an hour or more, but we've got to figure it out. So we got to work out the kinks, and once we're ready, we will be doing the Vic Martino's Got Talent variety show that we'll post here on YouTube. But for now, to keep the many Vic Martino fans satisfied, we did these little talk show segments until we get the Vic Martino's Got Talent up and running. So I hope you enjoyed the what we've done so far, the Vic Martino, for want of a better word, Vic Martino Talk Show. Want of a better title, we're calling it the Vic Martino Talk Show because I'm Vic Martino and I talk. But like I said, it wasn't really a show. It was just recording those segments that we posted here on YouTube. And hopefully we will be having the Vic Martino variety show up and running soon. I guess we're going to have to get a better camera. Actually, we'll probably wind up filming it on the cell phone camera, which is better than this camera I bought. Lucas, what's the make of this camera? What camera is this?
Oh, man.
You don't know? What is it, 4K?
Yeah, this is 4K, yes.
What does it say in the front there?
DBC.
DBC?
Yeah.
DBC 4K?
DVC digital video camera.
Well, what did I spend? Like $200?
Maybe more.
More?
Kind of like 3.
3? Well, it's not worth it. I mean, if you're gonna do it's supposedly for just to do, it's not good enough to make films, movies, But it's supposed to be, make good videos to post on YouTube. But not if you're gonna sing.
The audio is very.
The audio is not good, so don't, you get what you pay for. If you're gonna get a camera, you got to spend some money and get a good one. Anyway, I'm stuck with this for now, so I figured I'd just do something, and so I did what I did. Hopefully you enjoyed what I did, and hopefully we will do better in the future. So until then, this is Vic Martino saying, good evening, friends. Hey, everyone out there in online land. This is Vic Martino with the very last segment or episode of the Vic Martino Show. Yeah, the last video was supposed to be the last one. I actually, was acting as if it was the last one, but it turns out that was number 9. So we figured we'd go for an even 10. So for this episode, for want of a better word, of the Vic Martino Show, for want of a better title, I figured, what am I going to talk about for the last episode? Well, I'm going to talk about Vic Martino. I'm going to talk about myself. Actually, those of you watching, I hope you subscribe to my 2 YouTube channels, the Vic Martino YouTube channel and the Vic Martino official YouTube channel. And that way you can see all my videos that I post, including this 10-segment, 10-part Vic Martino show. So some of the videos I recommend, well, my documentary, Williamsburg, Brooklyn, Then and Now, My Mother and Her Friends. I would love everyone to see that. That's my documentary I'm very proud of. And there are 3 different versions. There's the 20-minute version. That's the original. That was screened at the Williamsburg Film Festival. And it was the main feature. It got a very good response there. 2017, I think it was. That it was screened at the Williamsburg Film Festival. And then there's the 40-minute version, which is the bonus features. And there's a 60-minute version that we tried to make it into a feature because it was filmed in the short film festival. And then we tried to enter it the next year or a couple of years later into the feature film festival. That didn't get accepted because it was basically the same, just some extra footage. But anyway, you can see all 3 versions, the 20-minute, the 40-minute, and the 60-minute here on YouTube. So, but I suggest start out with the 20-minute version, and then if you like that, the 40-minute, then work your way up to the 60-minute. There you go. So, all right, so I guess that's our last Vic Martino show here for now. And there's really nothing more to talk about. So I want Lucas, the cameraman, the last shot of the Vic Martino show to be of Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. So we're going to go out with a smile because that's a very nice poster and it really puts a smile on your face. And how can you go wrong with Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy? You'll always end on a happy note. So until the next video, whatever that might be, take care of yourselves. I wish you all the health and happiness. And I love you all. Thanks for watching. And be well.